Yes, indeed. B Marsh Boxing with another post-fight review. My post-fight review for Emmanuel Navarrete versus Isaac Dogboe, man. In this fight, Isaac Dogboe, man, he took a thorough beating, ladies and gents, boxing heads and fight fans around the world. Navarrete was a much taller fighter. You know what I mean? This guy, Dogboe, being 5'3", fighting a guy who's about 5'8", with the 8-inch reach advantage. Navarrete, man, he didn't come in there to fight, man. I mean, to box. He came in there to fight. He said he hurt his hand in the second round, and that's why the guy was a come forward fighter. He was a classic Mexican pressure fighter. You know what I mean? This was a bad matchup, bad style matchup for Dogboe all around. This guy put the pressure on Dogboe, letting his hands go from all angles. You know what I mean? And the thing about it, this guy wasn't just standing there like just a come he was just a come forward fighter. The guy was giving angles too, and also in his lateral movement. You know what I mean? Navarrete, I'd never seen the guy fight before, never heard of him, haven't even looked at his box rec up until now while I'm doing this video. Still haven't looked at it, but I was pretty impressed with how he handled Dogboe. You know what I mean? Bruised up his eye. You know what I'm saying? Bruised up the southpaw's eye with that straight right hand down the pipe in the second round. The guy's face was starting to swell up, Dogboe, you know what I mean? And Dogboe just couldn't handle this guy's pressure, you know what I mean? There was rounds where Dogboe would start throwing his body shots, you know what I mean? He would try to get on the inside and throw left hooks, man, but it's very apparent that Isaac Dogboe needs to work on his inside game, you know what I mean? Because for the most part, he was being outclassed in there by Navarrete, you know what I mean? Navarrete looked like he was levels ahead of Dogboe, really and truly. And I'm a Dogboe fan. I thought Dogboe would be a good fight in the division. He's been exciting ever since coming on the scene in the United States after beating Jesse Magdaleno. You know what I mean? But Emmanuel Navarrete, man, he made me a believer from what he did to Dogboe. You know what I'm saying? Round 9 looked like the man Dogboe got caught. You know what I'm saying? Was it round 9 or round 10? Yeah, it was in round 9. It looked like Dogboe caught the guy with a punch, you know what I'm saying, with the punch that landed on his shoulder and on his head. And the guy went down, you know what I'm saying. It was a clean punch. The guy went down. The referee didn't count it as a knockdown, you know what I'm saying. No shame in his game in that. Then, and in round 10, no shame in his game because in round 10, Dogboe was backpedaling and he slipped. As while he was slipping, the guy punched him, you know what I'm saying, through a left hook, Navarrete. And the guy was going down anyways, Dogboe. And they didn't count that as a knockdown, as they shouldn't, because the guy was already slipping. Then he got hit after he was slipping. So, I thought Dogboe should have been given a knockdown, but at the end of the day, it didn't even matter. I had this fight 8 rounds to 4, you know what I'm saying, for the man Navarrete. Navarrete was just a pressure fighter coming forward, you know what I'm saying? He was just a more aggressive fighter in there, and he was just putting hands on Dogboe, you know what I mean? Throwing from every angle, you know what I'm saying? His face wasn't as mashed up like Dogboe. Dogboe was leaking from the nose and both eyes, you know what I'm saying? And, it's real
Mhm.
disappointing, you know what I'm saying? I think Dogboe and them, whoever, I don't know who the promoter of this Navarrete is, man, but that looked like it was a major setup, man. Like the guy, like that weight, that height difference in the reach, like, for a guy who's unknown, you know what I'm saying? That's a dangerous, risky fight, man. And Dogboe paid the price, man, and he lost his world title after only one defense. What's next for Dogboe? Dogboe, all he can do right now, really and truly, he might have to go back to Ghana, get a couple tune-up fights over there, go back to the UK, get a couple tune-up fights. I would advise him to have probably within 6 months, have at least 3 fights within 6 months. You know what I mean? Within 6 months, have 3 fights, then another 6 months, get another 3 fights. You know what I mean? And he should have numerous fights, to get back in contention to be a player at 122 again, you know what I mean? Because he's going to back of the line for him right now. And, the man, Isaac Dogboe, I'm sorry, Navarrete, man, he has plenty of options, man. I'd love to see him versus Ray Vargas or Danny Roman, you know what I'm saying? Um, I forgot who the other champion is over there. I think it's an Irish guy, or is he an Australian guy who has the IBF belt at 122? I think it's an Australian guy, you know what I mean? There's some fights over there for him, you know what I'm saying, for this Navarrete guy, and he was an exciting fighter, you know what I'm saying? Anybody who beats a world champion to a bloody pulp the way he did, Gotta give him his props, man. You know, Mexican fighters don't sleep on them, man. You can't sleep on these guys. Up to today, they still are the second, have the second most world titles in boxing behind USA. You know what I mean? And that's not by accident. Mexico always gonna be a player, really and truly. The best talent pools. They look like they coming out. If they not from the United States, Mexico, with all the world champions they have right now, they major players. And Navarrete, that's another guy just like Jaime Munguia who came out of nowhere, snatched the world title WBO style. You know what I mean? Be Marsh Boxer, leave your thoughts and comments. I had this fight 8 rounds to 4 in favor of the man Navarrete. Let me know how you guys scored this fight. I'm out of here. Peace.